The perfect family, until one detail changed everything. It was supposed to be just another quiet Sunday morning, October 2023, a peaceful neighborhood in Gardner, Massachusetts. Nothing unusual, nothing alarming, until four young children, between the ages of 2 and 9, walked out of their home alone. At around 9 a.m., they knocked on their neighbor's door. When it opened, they didn't ask for food or help in the usual way. They said something chilling. They couldn't find their father, and their mother was upstairs, crying, but she wouldn't wake up. The neighbor immediately called emergency services. Within minutes, police entered 42 Cherry Street, a historic home built in 1880, recently purchased and being restored by the family. Inside, everything seemed quiet. Too quiet. Upstairs, in the master bedroom, officers found 30-year-old Breanne Pennington lying on the bed. She looked like she was sleeping. No signs of struggle, no chaos, no panic. But then the truth became clear. She had been shot in the face at extremely close range. Next to the bed were 3 shell casings. 3 shots, but only 1 wound. That detail raised immediate questions. There were no bullet marks in the walls, no damage to furniture. The room was unnaturally clean. No defensive wounds, no signs of fear. It didn't look like a violent crime scene. It looked controlled, almost staged. Then came the next discovery. Breanne's husband, 33-year-old Aaron Pennington, was missing. So was her Walther handgun, and his white BMW was gone. Just like that, the case changed. There were no signs of forced entry, no unknown DNA. Everything pointed to one conclusion. Whoever did this was already inside the house. As investigators dug deeper, a different story began to emerge. The family had moved to Massachusetts just a year earlier from California. For Breanne, it was a dream, restoring a historic home, raising her children, building a peaceful life. She shared her journey online: renovations, chickens, a growing homestead. From the outside, everything looked perfect, but inside, things were changing. Breanne had become isolated, far from family, managing 4 young children, living in a home under constant renovation. Slowly, she began thinking about leaving. Quietly, she started planning a move back to Texas with her children. She saved money, reached out for support, but she kept it hidden until Aaron found out. That's when everything began to shift. Aaron had spent 8 years in the Air Force, trained in survival and evasion. He knew how to operate under pressure, and he knew how to disappear. By early 2023, his life was unraveling. He lost his job, struggled to find work. His mental state declined. There were reports of emotional instability and thoughts of self-harm. But online, he appeared calm, devoted, normal. In reality, the relationship was breaking apart. Then investigators uncovered the most disturbing piece of evidence. The night before Breanne died, Aaron wrote a note. It wasn't emotional, it was a plan. Stored in his cloud account, it outlined step-by-step instructions. It even included a cover story. "I'm just looking for nasal spray." And then the final line, "Make a hole in her head." There was no anger in the writing, no hesitation, just intent. Hours later, that plan became reality. Investigators believe he waited until late at night, when the house was silent, when everyone was asleep. He approached the bed, just as he had written. The 3 shell casings suggest something went wrong, possibly misfires. But eventually, 1 shot, instant death. And then, he didn't leave. For hours, he stayed in the house, with his wife's body upstairs and his children asleep nearby. In the morning, he made one final move. He told the children their mother was crying. That single sentence delayed everything. It bought him time. At 8:50 a.m., a camera captured his white BMW leaving the driveway. He was alone. By the time the children realized something was wrong, he was gone. The next day, his car was found deep in a wooded area called Camp College. units, drones, thermal imaging, but nothing worked. The dense forest blocked heat detection, wildlife trails confused tracking dogs, and his military training gave him an advantage. Days turned into weeks, no trace. The search shifted. Investigators began monitoring financial records and digital activity, but there was nothing. No transactions, no calls, no sightings. It was as if he had vanished, which led to one haunting question. Was he still out there, surviving in the wilderness, or had he taken his own life? Today, Breanne Pennington remains missing. A warrant has been issued. The case is still open. But the real victims are the children. In a single morning, they lost everything. Their mother, their father, their home, their sense of safety. And the house on Cherry Street, it still stands, empty, silent. A reminder of a family that once seemed